All right, Shalom. First off, I want to start up by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due unto Yahweh by Shemel Shai, by Shem Rakakadash. That's all praises to the world calls God, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem in the name, and Yahweh Shai being the name of the only begotten Son. Also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and mercy to the hopeful like preaching sword and truth and sincerity. On the brother Tazabah in the Great Millstone, Arizona camp. Lord will with another video to edify. And I had a dream. That thing was so vivid, but it was like a out of nowhere type of moment in the dream. Like the scripture said, then shall the enemy come in like a flood, and that's what was happening. And then in the dream, it was me, another dude. I knew he wasn't in the truth like that. I was basically the only one there that was in the truth. And there's this woman there that was with us, and her and me was cool. It was rapping, it was turning into a thing. And then out of nowhere, we start seeing, it was almost like people were pointing us out, or the regular everyday people that were around us started basically distancing themselves to give way to that invading force. And these type of people are the ones that started hawking us down. Right? So it's like a group of, maybe 4, maybe 5 of us. I'm the only one in the truth, but we knew we had to start dipping, right? So these type of people, they're just exactly like this, big guns, not no little shit, moving through, sweeping the area, trying to get us, and we're running, and it's almost like we're in those ancient, those old kind of shanty towns in Mexico. And we moving through. The lady, she basically speaks Spanish, so it's like slow communication. But she knew we was in trouble. It's like it was only Jake that was around us, but Jake knew that we had targets. So we start running, boom, hitting corners and everything like that. We get to this one little door, this wood door. They look old as hell. It had a lock on it. One of the dudes had a pick on it. I'm like, pick the lock, get in. So we get in the room. Ain't got no furniture in it. It's got some low-level windows towards the ground. The upper part of the house doesn't have windows. So we try to hide out. Dudes come. We try to hide out. I tell them to, face away from the door so they can't see your face. Act like you sleep. All the while I'm sitting there looking. And these dudes with these big ass guns check the door. They can't get in the door. Then they look down and see the window, and they automatically pull out the guns, and they start shooting at the glass that's closer to the floor that they can see us through. All right. When they started shooting, and the cold part about the room, it wasn't the same level that a normal room would be, where you could just stand up fully. It was almost like it was crouched down. And I see the windows there, and they start letting loose the guns on the windows. And bro, it's like the Lord stepped in, because when the bullets started hitting the window, it was almost like they were hitting water that was just repelling the bullets. The glass didn't look like it was cracking. It looked like intense ripples in the water, and water from the bullets hitting the glass. So it's like the Lord was pulling up and making sure that we was protected. But right before the bullets started coming, I heard the first shot. I try to go in front of everybody that's on the wall behind me and protect them, and that's when the fucking bullets started the glass started being like impenetrable water. So they shoot so much, it's almost like they ran out of bullets. And then they try to breach the door, and they break down the door, and they're calling the main guy over because they break down the door. And I go up, and I grab the gun by the barrel, pointed down, get it from the guy, empty the one shot that's still in there into him. And then it's like the Lord gave me the power because I started going through these troops like it was nothing. And when I tell you the lack of fear that was there, the just overall faith in the Lord, that He was going to take care of us and get me out of that situation, man, the Lord is going to do that, man. But the way these devils came, you know damn well this is when Jake was a target. All right? This is Psalms 138. I got that one. Yeah, I got that one. Psalms 138. In 7, it says, I started 5. It says, yeah, they shall sing in the ways of Yahweh, for great is His glory. Great is the glory of Yahweh. It says, though Yahweh be high, yet He had respect unto the lowly. You see? And that's what I felt like was happening in that dream, man. He looked down back at us, bro, because I knew that the woman that was there, she was honest. I knew that the dudes that was there, they were honest. They were sincere. It says, though Yahweh be high, yet hath He respect unto the lowly, but the proud He knoweth not. He knoweth afar off. Though I walk in the midst of trouble, Thou wilt revive me. Thou shalt stretch forth Thine hand against the wrath of my enemies. Bro, when I came out that door, it was almost like a surge of like rage. I did a whole little war cry. And it's like the dudes that was there, they had no strength against me. It says against the wrath of mine enemies, and Thy right hand shall save me. And that's what happened. And in every situation in these days coming, that's how the Lord is going to move. He's going to save bros out of all the situations, right? There might be, bros might have a lot to where they got to be martyrs, where they got to be put down on this side. But, hey, even in those moments, the Lord going to show some type of might, I believe, man. Look, the Lord going to show some type of might in each bro. They got to go through those trials, man. Right? Just like even if you got to go through being, slain for this thing, being beheaded, like it says in Revelation, right? The sons of the Maccabees went down like it was nothing, man. So the Lord is going to do the same thing in these days. And the way that roof was low like that is damn near, it felt like you was in somebody's hand. It felt like you was in somebody's hand, bro. This is like somebody had, interlocked their fingers and put it over you and brought it down so they could protect. It felt like that in that room because I was like, man, why the fuck is the roof so low? It's Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30:7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And that's what it felt like, man, that the Lord was bringing that salvation right in the moment, right as everything was going south. Because it was like one moment we was moving around freely, no issues, and then boom, things hit. Wisdom of Solomon, the 14th chapter. Wisdom of Solomon 14:3, it says, sorry, I got something in my eye. It says, 14:3 it says, "But thy providence, O Father, governeth it, for thou hast made a way in the sea, in a safe path in the waves." Doesn't Scripture talk about the flood of ungodly men? When Yahweh Shah was here, said it talked about when they were in the ship that the waves and the sea was roaring. That was a metaphor too for that trouble that's going to come. So the Lord's making a way in the sea, a path in the waves, showing that thou can save from all danger. Yeah, though a man went to a sea without art. You see, the Lord's going to be able to save us in all danger. All danger, man. In that dream, bro, it definitely felt like it because these dudes was dressed to the T, guns blacked out, gear blacked out. These niggas look like a murder unit, bro. And when them bullets started rippling off the glass, like water in the glass didn't even crack. There wasn't no bulletproof glass on that broke down ass house. The Lord made sure that the stuff couldn't go through. And I believe in these last days when stuff really starts hitting, because we coming to that time, bro. The Lord is gonna make sure that this stuff can't touch us. The Scripture said, 1,000 shall fall at thy right hand, and 1,000 shall fall at thy left, and 10,000 at thy right hand. We gonna be protected, man. Sirach 2 and I'll start at 10. It says, "Look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in Yahweh was confounded, or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him?" Right? Call on the Lord, man. Believe in that. For Yahweh is full of compassion and mercy, long-suffering and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins, and saveth in time of affliction. Now that's what the Lord gonna do in these last days, man. When the trouble's heavy, when we're plagued by the heathen, the Lord gonna save in time of affliction. He promised. We get into the times where you're gonna have to bank on everything that the Lord said, man. Everything that the Lord said, you're gonna have to bank on it. Like when you take a breath, you know the oxygen's gonna be there. That's how you have to be moving in this time, man. This is 2 Ezra 2:27. "Be not weary, for when the day of trouble and heaviness cometh, others shall weep and be sorrowful, but thou shalt be merry and have abundance." You see, the heathen shall envy thee, but they shall not be able to do nothing against thee, say Yahweh. "My hand shall cover thee, so that thy children shall not see hell." Right? When that day, man, bro, there's going to be moments where it's going to be like, yo, the Lord is surely with you. And there's the fact that we got the truth now, man. The Scriptures say this is I forget the exact word, but the breakdown of the word is this is a down payment for the promises to come. But Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm going to say, call law, Yahweh Shem HaShai, Bashem Shalom.